Okay, on your note sheet somewhere, I want you to record these two practice questions with biotic and abiotic factors. So just find some space and write down your answers to these questions. So the first question is just looking at this picture on this slide, and you're going to record 4 biotic factors in the picture and 2 abiotic factors that you think are happening or that are in this ecosystem. So take a minute to write it down. You can also see at the bottom different things going on in the ecosystem. So the temperature is 75 degrees, the amount of sunlight is a lot of sunlight, and the amount of water is none except for rain. So you're writing down biotic factors and abiotic factors. So let's take 2 minutes to do that. Okay, so hopefully for biotic factors you had the deer, the bird, there's like a skunk in the tree, the plants and the trees, those are also biotic factors. For abiotic factors, you could have talked about the dirt, you could have talked about the air, you could have talked about temperature, sunlight, water, rocks, if you could see any rocks in there, wind, okay, those are also abiotic factors. Okay, so lastly, what you're going to do is write down how do you think biotic and abiotic factors interact in this ecosystem. I want you to pick at least one biotic factor and one abiotic factor and write at least 2 complete sentences explaining how they interact with each other. So for example, I could write the deer and the plants interact because the deer uses the plants for food. So the deer is eating the plants for survival. Sorry, that's a biotic and a biotic factor interacting. So if I wanted to do biotic and abiotic, I could say the deer is affected by the temperature because if the temperature gets too hot, it's going to affect the deer in terms of how much water the deer needs. So because the temperature is only 75 degrees, that makes it a good environment for the deer to live in. It's not too hot. Okay, so that's a biotic and an abiotic factor. So take a few minutes and write down how the biotic and abiotic factors would interact in this environment. Choose one biotic and one abiotic.